Welcome to Leaders of Tomorrow, ET Now's special initiative that celebrates the undying entrepreneurial spirit of micro, small and medium enterprises. On the show today, a special conversation with the former founder of Taxi for Sure on what it takes to be a disruptor in the space. And on Bright Sparks tonight, we feature Cash Karo, a cashback model for online deals, as well as Oliver Pet Care, a one-stop destination for all pet-related needs. So that's what we have in store for you tonight. Let's start off right away with our Inside Conversation. What does it take for an entrepreneur to be a disruptor? Is it having a great idea? Is it having someone to back that idea? Or is it having the passion and staying power? Our Premier Radhakrishnan, the former founder of Taxi for Sure, who's now turned angel investor, says it is a combination really of all three, but most importantly, solving a customer need as well as a problem. Take a listen to the special chat I had with him earlier.
Thanks for speaking with us on ET Now, our Premier. I want to start by asking you about the idea behind Taxi for Sure.
Yeah, so late 2010, me and Raghu wanted to start something of our own. We used to keep meeting, discussing various ideas we could work on. And one of such evenings, we were discussing all our problems that we faced. And one of those significant problems was finding a taxi. Right, so we had to call up different call centers, wait on the call center for at least 5 to 10 minutes, and 2 or 3 call centers like that, and you actually spent half an hour of your life trying to book a cab, and even after you booked it, it wasn't sure that you would get that cab, right? So we thought, why not put all these cabs together so that you had one place to actually go and request for a cab. And then we thought we should use technology to just not even call, but just click and you get the nearest cab. So that's how the whole idea started off, as our own problem that we wanted to solve.
What's the one thing though that you would take away from the experience, and for all the entrepreneurs who are watching this show, what kind of advice would you give them?
So I think Raghu and me, if we had started let's say something that something else which we weren't really passionate about, or there wasn't really a problem, I don't think we would have reached where we are. So it's very important to focus on a real consumer problem that's there in the world. The more real it is, and the more the number of people who are facing that, the bigger your startup or your company becomes. So everything else follows. So if you're solving a real problem for a consumer, investors will want to invest in you, employees would want to work with you, and the whole world kind of comes and wants to be part of what you're trying to do. Yeah.
So passion is one thing, of course, that you need need loads of to really stay in the business. But the other is also being real, like you're saying, understanding the challenges of the business.
Absolutely.
What were some of the challenges? Because a lot of the entrepreneurs, again, who write into us, talk about the regulatory environment. They, for example, say, will it make sense to have funding which is separate for entrepreneurs? Will it make sense to have laws which are separate for entrepreneurs? What would you have to say to that?
So challenges are many. So I'll come to the regulatory challenges as well. Hiring good talent is a challenge. Making sure that you can retain that talent is also extremely important, because you can't just grow a business with just the 2 founders and a few other people, right? So you got to really make sure you got that process right. And of course, we went through a lot of regulatory challenges as well during Taxi for Sure. But at the end of it, if you're, as I said before, right, if you're really solving a consumer pain point, the consumer is always on your side, and there'll be people who will make an effort to try and understand what you're trying to do, what you're trying to solve, and come around, right? So there was a lot of talk about us being banned and everything, although we weren't banned, right? But right now we still have Ola, Uber, Taxi for Sure, all running still, because of the power of the solution that has been provided to the consumer. So I think regulatory challenges will be there, because those regulations were formed 10 years, 20 years, or whenever they were formed for different kinds of sectors and industries. But over a period of time, technology has come in, the solutions have become different. So I think there'll have to be a effort from the government as well as the startup community to come and sit together and kind of figure out what is the regulation for the future, right? Not that the industries and sectors shouldn't be regulated, but they should be regulated in a way that it is to be done for the future rather than holding on to the past.
Okay. So the government, of course, is one part of the ecosystem, and the other part of the ecosystem for entrepreneurs is financing.
Yeah.
Most of the queries that we get on Leaders of Tomorrow is how to raise funds, at what point you should raise funds, should you go towards the bank, should you look at VC funding? What has your experience been?
So I think there are two schools of thought. In the past, people wanted to own their business 100% and hence would put in their own money, go to banks for loans, and then keep growing the company and have 100% of whatever 100% of the success or failure, right? Today, we actually have the opportunity to share that success or failure along with other people, which one form is angel investors and VCs. So we basically, if you're okay with giving away some part of your control over the company and having some experts come in and guide you on how to build the business, give you inputs on those based on their learnings from investments in other companies, that's a great thing that can happen for any entrepreneur, right? So at least for us, Axel, Helion, everybody came in and really helped us to get to the level that we were. I don't think Taxi for Sure would have been what it is without taking investments from Axel, Helion, Bloom, Bessemer, everybody. So I think the best way to go about it is to know whether you really want to take 100% control of the company. You really want it forever, or do you want to share it with somebody else and get in return get their expertise for it? Yeah.
What was it easy for you when you were going through the whole fundraising process?
So for us, because of the kind of problem we were solving, I think it comparatively it was easier to other startups because it was transportation. It had the potential to become a really big brand, across India. So I think it became easier for us, but it's not the same story everywhere. So you'll have to see what kind of problem you're solving and then approach the VCs.
Okay. Since selling Taxi for Sure, you've turned angel.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming you get a lot of proposals. How do you sort of sift through them, and what really, in terms of a business plan or in terms of, the idea, what is it that really sort of appeals to you when you look at it for investments?
So one is, the problem that they're solving. Are they going after a real problem? And second is the kind of solution, right? So was commuting a problem? Yes, but different people had different solutions. The aggregator solution is with technology was the one that really saw the scale that we're seeing right now. So similar to that, the solution has to be unique. The solution has to attract a lot more consumers into using that particular service, right? Second would be the entrepreneur themselves. Do they have the vision? Do they can I see that they'll do anything to make this happen? They won't give up in the middle, right? So a combination of the market, the solution problem thing that I spoke about, and the entrepreneur's passion to solve that. I think these are the two things that kind of what I look for in an entrepreneur.
How has the experience been of being an angel investor versus having been an entrepreneur?
Well, it's been a learning experience. So I've made about 13 investments so far, and amongst those 13 investments, some of them have got their next round, some of them are in between raising their round, some of them are still growing and trying to prove their product market fit. One of them actually, had to stop operations. So it's a mixed bag. I'm trying to learn for myself as to whether I can identify the right startups and build a nice portfolio for myself. And also, it's my way of wanting to give back to those entrepreneurs in the ecosystem who might find it a little difficult to kind of raise money in the beginning. because we went through that as well, right? So searching for the right people to fund us. So I think for me that's also a reason why I want to angel invest.
If there's any one piece of advice or one thing that you think that entrepreneurs really need to sort of look out for or be aware of, what would that be?
You can never start because you just think, oh, I want to start a startup, right? I think you have to be true to yourself, be real, see whether you can build something that is valuable for the world, right? Will the whole world thank you for having built something for them? So if the answer is a vehement yes, then I think you should go and start. Otherwise, just starting up for the sake of starting up because it's a fad to start up, I don't think that's the right way to do it. You gotta believe in what you're doing and contribute something really significant to the world. Solve a real problem with a nice innovative solution, preferably using technology.
Let's take a quick break. On the other side, we feature two exciting bright sparks, Cash Karo as well as Oliver Pet Care. Do stay tuned. Welcome back. You're with us here on Leaders of Tomorrow on ET Now. On Bright Sparks tonight, we're featuring two companies that are standouts in their space, Cash Karo and Oliver Pet Care. Cashback on online deals has become one of the ways in which brands are building loyalty. One such company, Cash Karo, adding some extra incentives to customers to do just that. The company has created waves recently after it raised funds from none other than Ratan Tata himself. Punita Verma takes a look.
While online shopping has gathered momentum since the past few years, affiliate or performance marketing is also on the rise. And dominating this space is a company that caught on to the Indian consumer psyche instantly. Cashkaro.com. Founded by a husband-wife team, Rohan and Swati Bhargav, Cash Karo is a coupons and cashback website rewarding customers for visiting online retailers through their portal. So how popular is the concept of cashback in India, and how well placed are you in the Indian ecosystem in terms of cashback business?
I think cashback is a product which is perfectly suited for the Indian market. I don't think there's a better product market fit for Cash Karo anywhere else in the world as it is in India, because people have always liked the idea of saving money, and Cash Karo does just that. Not only coupons, but you get extra cashback from us on top of anything that you buy, and now we've introduced price comparison also on the site. So cashback has made its place in Indian shoppers, shopping lifestyle and habits as well. We have over 60% of market share in the cashback industry.
So at the moment, when a lot of Indian e-commerce ventures are feeling the heat of the competition, what are you doing in order to stand apart in the competition and maintain an edge as well?
There are not too many funded cashback sites in India, so that has given us a lead on which we are continuing to build, and we are focusing a lot more on our product evolution. So we are evolving Cash Karo from being a cashback website into being a savings destination, where you can not only get cashback and coupons, but you can also compare prices across different e-commerce retailers, and that helps you make your buying decision at Cash Karo itself.
Cash Karo recently shot to fame after it secured funding from the business icon and angel investor Ratan Tata. After raising 25 crores in Series A led by an early-stage investor Kalari Capital, the company has consolidated its position in the online deals market. How did the funding from Mr. Ratan Tata happen to Cash Karo, and has that funding really helped you in terms of branding?
We got a meeting with Mr. Tata. It was literally a 15-minute meeting, and I think we did a good job in convincing him that ours is a definitely category leader in our space. A month later, he called us and said that he was going to invest. From an impact perspective, it's been great. In a business, in any startup, what you're trying to build as you think about alliances with either banks or retailers, the brand or the reputation that you bring is paramount. And his backing has completely set us on a different level.
So what are the drawbacks of the cashback business, and by any chance do you think it's a product of the e-commerce startup bubble, which may burst in some time, or do you think it has a long way to go?
The sale that we drive to e-commerce sites is overall more profitable for them than the other paid channels like, let's say, Google, Facebook, and it's done by design, right? So they pay us a certain amount of the commission, which is actually lower than what they can acquire a sale on their own. So because of that, as retailers think about rationalizing, they're more likely to shut off above the line channels, things like print, radio, TV, versus looking at affiliate, which is actually profitable for them from the day one.
So what kind of business challenges did you face when you launched Cash Karo, and how have these challenges evolved over a period of time?
The big challenge initially was to establish enough trust. The other challenge was also ensuring that retailers continue to believe that we're going to drive value to them, that we're the kind of users that we're going to bring to them would be new users, users who would continue to shop. So that was one of the challenges as we were sort of building the business, continually thinking about new innovation. So competition will clearly come, right? And like any business, people will come in and want to emulate and copy what you're doing. So the next challenge that we have is how do we stay ahead of the curve, and how do we keep thinking of the next innovation so that even if people copy us today, they're one step behind because they haven't thought of what we did last year.
With an emphasis on the right marketing techniques, the company clocked in sales of rupees 800 crores so far. Focused on developing the right work culture, Cash Karo is all set to carve a place for itself in India's cashback and couponing market.
Now, obesity in pets is a huge concern for pet parents, and keeping a track of the health quotient is definitely getting more difficult. One company, though, that promises to make sure of all our pets' needs is Oliver Pet Care, with innovative products like a GPS pet tracker as well as pet activity monitor. Oliver Pet Care has become a unique online pet destination. Paulimi Mukhopadhyay has a story for us.
Dogs are a man's best friend, and I see the testimony of it in all my friends' lives. Their love for their pets, the care, and the pampering are evident from their social media albums. I never thought I'll feel the same until now. Pets need attention and affection, but as pet owners, are we doing enough? Obesity in pets is rising, and our ignorance towards their fitness quotient could put their lives at risk. One company that is making sure that pets stay healthy and look good is Oliver Pet Care. Founded in 2015, Oliver Pet Care promises to cater to every need of the pet owners when it comes to their furry babies. The company merchandises a wide range of products, starting from collars, food and food supplements, to GPS trackers and fitness monitors. We caught up with Oliver's founder to find out more about this unique enterprise. So Fram, why did you start Oliver Pet Care? What triggered this idea?
I've loved animals for a really, really long time. I've worked with NGOs to look after them for the last 15 years, and it just seemed like a thing that I just wanted to do with my life, because there's so many new products out there that I thought the Indian pet owner should have be able to purchase.
Is pet care still considered a luxury in India, or do you think the mindset of Indians are changing?
No, it's not considered a luxury anymore. If you have a pet, it's become a family member. Like any family member, you want to give it the best you can afford. And that's why on our website, all our products that we have, we try from we search around all over the world, and we bring you what we consider to be the best in that field.
As Oliver Pet Care, how are you educating the pet owners when it comes to the fitness of the pets?
We talk a lot to the vets. We tell the vets what we're doing. We show them the products so that when they have their clients come into their consulting rooms, they can show them that these things are now available. We have a social media platform where we are showing the products and explaining what they do.
Amongst the many products sold on Oliver's website, gadgets like Tractive Pet GPS Tracker and Pet Activity Monitor get special mention. These gadgets not just help pet owners keep a tab on their pet's health, but also keep a track of their whereabouts. What makes the GPS tracker matchless is its ability to track your dog's location anywhere on this planet.
So what are the basic differences between a human gadget and a pet gadget?
The actual electronics, the electronic part of it, they're very similar. They use the same parts. It's the app which has been designed for the cat, the dog, is a bit different because they take into account different things like the weight, the size, the temperature, the daylight, at what time your pet is most active. For humans, generally, during the day you're most active, at night you're less active because you're sleeping. But with pets, you can find it's the other way around. You can find towards the evening they become more active rather than the day where they just like to sleep.
Your product portfolio mainly focuses European products. Do you think Indian products are not good enough for Indian pets?
A lot of the toys and the bowls and things like that, they are Indian. We are sourcing in India as much as possible. But the things like the Fitbits and the tracking devices, we have not come across in India. We'd be very happy to work with an Indian company on it, but we have not found an Indian company that has these sort of devices that work as well as these do, with a fully functioning app that is really, really good, that is going to help you. I don't want people coming back to me saying, "Oh, I bought your product and it doesn't work anymore." And I don't want unhappy customers. I want my customers to be happy.
Give us an idea about the expansion plans for the near future.
We want to expand and get some investment in so we can put together a range of products for the elder pet. And we're thinking of things from wheelchairs to sliding bags where they've lost use of their limbs and things like that. We are already tying up with a company in India that manufactures these things, and we want to take it and make it really big. I mean, we want to get these products out to everybody.
Oliver Pet Care provides an easy-to-use app which gives a lot of data about their pets to the owners. They not only display the number of steps taken by these animals, but also show the locations at which they have left their paw prints. With such endearing care provided by pet solution companies like Oliver, pet owners can now live stress-free.
Well, that's all we managed to pack in tonight on the Leaders of Tomorrow. We'd love to hear from you, so do feel free to get in touch. You can email us at leadersoftomorrow@thetimesgroup.com. You can reach out to us using social media by using the hashtag LOT, or you can always call us. That number is flashing below on our screens. Thanks so much for watching.